those days of like, would you get in the ring with Mike Tyson for $10 million? Fuck no.
No.
No, you end up in a fucking wheelchair, dude. It's worth it, really. Yeah.
What's up, guy?
Yeah.
You guys know my inner tribulations. I thank God in a way for getting you.
Yeah, hopefully next year you can come out of the closet. It's probably going to be great.
His performance surprised me.
It was gay.
Shit.
It was gay.
He was fucking shit. As a world champion kickboxer, this seemed like it was a Pangani MMA association.
It's a motto for life. Give me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. If I'm in traffic...
No,
but if I'm in traffic and bodas are cutting me off, right? I should have the wisdom to know that I cannot change that situation.
Yeah.
What can I change? My fucking mood.
Yeah.
The way I'm driving.
How are you guys doing?
I love how we're still building the set when we fucking started.
Joe Rogan telling Brendan, give me 1 second. I'm still adjusting the mic.
Fucking mess.
And this is the last episode of the year. Kim, you'd have thought we'd have figured this shit out.
Can we start by giving Kim a hand, bro?
What did he do?
Kim was here at 7:30, before 7:30, man. That is
Wow.
legendary.
Wow.
Legendary, man. Like, I commend you, Kim, man.
Is it okay?
Yeah, I mean, it looks like you're about to
The problem
head.
the problem is it's anchored on this table,
Uh-huh.
and the table is flipping over. But anyway, tell us about your neck.
It's fucking, I don't know what happened to the gym, man. Just now, like 30 minutes ago, I had to walk out of a CrossFit class.
So did you pull something?
Yeah, I don't know. I was fucking, I don't know.
What exercise were you doing?
Kettlebell swings.
Have you ever done kettlebell swings?
I haven't.
I think the taller you are, the harder it is.
Always for things like that and
Yeah.
squats and things.
Because you literally have to go further down to pick it up
And I've had a problem almost this whole year. And right now.
because of your height.
Well,
You're also 50, though.
I mean,
yeah, but that's not really been an issue. 50.
actually,
But yes, true.
I was going to ask you this.
Mhm.
Would you ever consider taking TRT?
Steroids.
Testosterone replacement therapy. Don't call it steroids. Steroids has
Negative
a negative connotation to it.
Okay, but it's steroids.
But think about it this way. You've put every single drug in your body.
Yeah, true.
Why would you not do TRT? Because and the logic is, we'll put up that actor who's 60 and he's on TRT and he's in fucking phenomenal shape. He was in one of the Marvel movies.
Okay.
And he was literally like, it's not cheating, it's not steroids, I'm just doing it to feel younger. And all these modern actors who I think Joe Rogan's on TRT as well.
Where do you get it from?
I know a guy who knows a guy.
There's Gashao. You know Gashao?
No.
First of all, have you guys seen how ripped that guy's gotten in the last year?
Who?
Gashao.
He's hosted him as a bodybuilder.
And he's pro steroids for competition and lifestyle and so on and so forth. But what TRT would do is it would just normalize your testosterone levels, but then you also have to do other blood tests.
Sounds really complicated.
Cocaine is complicated sourcing.
It's
it,
not
right?
really.
Oh, it's
You don't have to test your blood to take cocaine, dude.
But I think you should consider it. Trust me, I'd like to see you on TRT,
Okay.
bro. You'd be
Give me a hookup.
okay. Hugh Jackman, the Wolverine
Yeah.
guy, 100% he's on TRT. Look at his fucking body.
Yeah, that's true.
And with the effort that you make, you on TRT, bro.
And you look like Hugh Jackman, eh? Kind of.
I've been told that before.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a tanned version.
yeah.
Would you? So
Okay, give me a hookup. I'm down.
let's connect Fareed Gashao. Would you ever consider doing steroids?
Man, I need to lose weight fast.
This guy on steroids, dude. Are you kidding me?
No,
You
but
better get to this door.
no, but with there's stuff like peptides now that have been researched a lot more. With steroids, stuff that can increase your metabolism, so you would burn through the fat.
Would you take
building muscle.
Ozempic?
No, not at all.
You wouldn't.
Did you guys see Jonah Hill?
Yeah, but also I have a friend. I won't name her. I won't say her name here.
Is she in
Shanice.
Yeah, where does she stay?
She's here.
What does she do?
No,
To
yeah. Okay, no. But anyway, she's on the GLB, whatever the Ozempic derivative thingy is. She looks fucking amazing, dude.
But can I speak for fat guys here? All right, when it comes to okay.
You're not a fat guy.
Well,
Both of you can.
in according to certain depictions, he's not a fat guy.
All right, yeah. According to the artwork that his partner,
I don't know.
created.
What are they talking about? Because we're
Let me tell you.
waist up. Who looks fat?
half the time when I post those things, people are like, "Which one is you free? Which one is you free?" I'm like, dude,
No,
I'm like the one that looks older is me. So the one,
she captures your essence quite well.
yes,
But at least they're sure who I am. At least that was-
yeah, it's because there's one black one.
But let me speak for fat guys though. One, it's not to me. It's as someone I'm a chubby guy, but I'm pretty fit for my size. Always been good in sports. I would never go on Ozempic. I feel like it's such a cop out. And then from the studies that have been shown, the risks attached, it's just not that serious to me, man. Like I'd rather struggle with trying to lose weight over and over and trying and failing, trying again, making progress. Ozempic is just a cop out. And then also there's proportions, man. Why do they all have big heads, man?
But truthfully, I'll show you something. You talk about, sort of performance enhancing and
But if Fadjo is smaller than us, but they just
He's become smaller.
Fadjo
check
right now
this.
weighs
I
100.
posted this. We'll put it up. It's a post on my Instagram. So this was
So this actually is on the.
this picture here,
yeah.
right? But when I was in Malindi for work, look at this shit, dude.
I thought about that.
I wasn't even posing, bro. Look at this, man.
Can I say something
so
about
fucking
that?
proud, dude.
Yeah, can you send me that picture? We'll post you.
Can I say something about that, Fareed? I looked at it completely differently.
Hmm.
I saw some level of body dysmorphia because it's not as dramatic as you think in your head.
No, I know. I'm just saying. No, I agree. Even my partner Rena's like, dude, you don't look that bad. Yeah.
Like
But I was more happy with the result of this than anything else.
okay.
Like that to me, because think about it. I'm not posing in this picture. I was just standing in a line of people like you do with the CS in the middle. And when I saw the picture, I was like, "That I look fucking good, man."
Yeah, sure. If your mic up, though,
But to give him his flowers, he at that age looks phenomenal.
no,
think
I
a lot-
agree. I'm talking about the previous.
Yeah. It's not that bad.
Of
You're
him
right.
like being like, I think so. In my mind, I first captured like, are you looking at yourself the wrong way? I've suffered from that in the past.
I have complete body dysmorphia. by the way.
I've suffered from that before. Like I've looked at previous pictures and I'm like, I was so chubby then, and I'm like, okay, I wasn't that chubby the way I thought in my head, and I don't know if it's something that's
Yeah.
common, but
It is.
I have it.
very, very.
I sensed it with that. I think he also has a version of it.
Oh, 100%. Because I look at the pictures, even the last 3 years, I was like, the fuck, I wasn't too bad.
Yeah,
Okay. Like, I look poor. It was not too bad, And then I look at the pictures even before that. I was like, what the fuck, man? Why were you always complaining? Why were you always pushing? And I think that sometimes is why people go very extreme.
yes.
I think we all have.
I mean, I think my entire workout routine is based on exactly that.
Yeah.
I was the opposite though. I was super skinny.
But the origin of this, I think I've shared this with Saj and he shared with me offline, is maybe growing up being told you're chubby. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I was chubby, but not in the way that.
Yeah, but I grew up being told I was so skinny.
Bro, I literally used to have. One of our relatives.
Was the albino?
No.
Because you have a lot of albino friends.
I don't think we have any albinos in our family, do we? Touch wood.
Have you seen that picture of the Indian albino family on Instagram?
No.
It's the entire family is albino. It's the funniest shit. I'm gonna find it before the show ends.
If there's an albino
The plot
community,
news.
that's Fareed's podcast. But there was a relative who used to call me FFB. You know what FFB means?
Fatty bambula.
Yeah, I told you. This was on your podcast. And he would and this is
Where
like,
did bambula come from? What's
I have
bambula?
no idea. But basically, out of all the kids, he would call me that constantly. And he was like, don't give him any work. He won't do it fast enough. And I'm like a 5, 6, 7-year-old kid just in class 1. And so that seed stayed with me for so long. And I think when I got in shape, it was to prove a point to him. But by that time, he was dead. So then we were at a family gathering and his son was there, who's an uncle of mine. And he's like, you've transformed quite a lot. I'm like, yeah, because your father used to fucking bully me before he hit the grave. And everyone was like, what the fuck? Well,
hit the grave, bro.
Is the sun fat? That would be the
Yeah,
best. That is the fucking. That's so you already won, dude.
And in fact, that leads me to another reel that I posted. But before that, sorry, I was telling you about Jonah Hill. Jonah Hill I think he's on Ozempic. Have you seen his latest pictures?
Yeah, he's very thin.
I think before even Ozempic became a fad, Jonah Hill, I'll ask him to put a collage of his weight transition.
Yeah, he's done a lot of like extreme transitions.
Like from
Oxy, could you just search Jonah Hill? There was a picture he posted yesterday with long blonde hair. It doesn't even fucking look like him.
You think he's still funny?
But you know another without the fatness, right?
Yeah, I feel like,
Yeah.
part of his funny is just his size.
It's a defense mechanism, right?
Yeah.
Do you know, fun enough, like the time I got skinny, believe it or not, I was running after I've shared it several years. But I got skinny to the point where, and that's why I'm saying body dysmorphia comes into play, because I was so happy with myself, but I didn't look good. Like, for me, the ideal size is not skinny. Yeah. And people will always say, like, this is not Eric. Like, to them, my essence was gone because I was not the heavyset guy.
Right.
And I think at some point also it becomes part of your identity somewhat. Yeah, being a chubby guy.
But I think your personality is where it's at because of being an overweight guy. I think somewhere in between, you had to compensate with being funny, articulate, and smarter than everyone in the room to get what maybe a guy in shape would get. And that's, I think, most, like Jonah Hill, perfect example. Fat, funny guy, right? Because
Maybe funny. I think smart guys, you're just born either you're a smart guy or not.
you've got the picture for Jonah Hill?
I could have been a
No,
dumb
it's
guy.
not this one. It's there's just search the latest one.
For sure funny, probably. Because I had the quickest mouth. Because I had to learn
Let me try find it.
I had to learn self-defense in terms of kids make fun of me, I'd always be faster than them. I'd go deeper, cut deeper. So you become witty by defense, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. I think I just grew up super skinny and then got in shape and then.
Oh, yeah.
Let me see.
But he doesn't look good there, in my humble estimation.
He looks all right.
Like, what the fuck is that, though?
Does he?
He's skinny though. Fuck.
He's become... It doesn't even look like him, bro.
Yeah, that can't be healthy.
What is the real jury on Ozempic in terms of health?
I think if you've struggled your whole life with losing weight, and now you're getting to your mid-30s, 40s, I mean, let's look at it this way. In order to lose weight, you have to be very disciplined around the food you eat, around your activities, and getting to the gym. And if by the time you're 35, 40, you're still struggling with it, this gives you a shortcut by curbing your appetite and helping you lose weight. The challenge is now, when you come off it...
Someone has just messaged you, "Good morning, my sweetheart." I want to say who. You shouldn't have dudes sending you messages like that, bro.
You guys are going to get me killed, but it's my fiance. But yeah, you've seen the pictures, right? So I think Ozempic is a bridge to get to where you want to get. But when you get there...
He has to also be preparing for a role, bro. The blonde hair and the beard.
Yeah, probably. But you see, the thing is, Ozempic is just a quick fix. If you don't have the discipline of getting up to work out or having consistency with your nutrition, you're going to fucking revert back and you're going to revert back
I
harder.
just feel like, the other day I was chatting with a friend of mine, and to be fair, she made a very valid point. You've met her, Eric, Janet, my partner.
Have you noticed during the podcast, everyone is still just adjusting the mics?
We're so not prepared for today, by the way. I couldn't even find the fucking building.
No, welcome to Coffee Pump, where things... at least you ought to wait and say, Oxy, could you help him out, please?
So Janet, my business partner at the addiction center, she's an American lady.
Yeah.
So, she sees like me most days what I eat. And the other day she just said, it's just unfair. And I said, what do you mean? She goes, I fucking see the way you eat. She's like, and you just don't put on weight. And I said, but do you know how hard I train?
Correct.
Like, it's not just me eating. And even if I go 2 weeks, like I'll go to Switzerland on the 29th, I won't work out because it's like minus 700 degrees there. But I will eat bread, cheese, meat, you know what I mean? Potatoes, like the full Swiss winter menu.
Yeah.
And I'll probably gain a kilogram or two. And it's all a result of how much effort I put in throughout the year. You can also take the rest.
Yeah.
I used to feel if I missed a workout and I looked in the mirror, I would like in my mind see that I was getting fat or bigger. Now that doesn't happen. But body dysmorphia is a real fucking
Oh,
thing.
it is. It is.
Because I'm like, to be fair, I'm 51. I'm in fantastic, I'm in fantastic shape.
You
There's
look
no
amazing.
question about it. But I still struggle with my
Yeah.
But
self-image.
Do you know at my slimmest, fittest, my dysmorphia adapted down. So I'd still see myself
As a fat guy.
as a fat guy. Until one day, I remember for the first time, my shorts were, believe it or not, 34. I know for you guys.
That's my waist.
Yeah, I had a 34 short that was fitting, but I was still a fat guy in my, like,
That's crazy.
yeah, like,
And-
so it took retrospective pictures. I'm like,
To
oh
remind
my
you where
God,
the
I
fuck
was
you-
skinny.
But are you guys gymming? I mean, we had what when you started this thing on that WhatsApp group,
Yeah.
like days straight in the gym, and it lasted for about 3 days, and then it just died.
I've been working out. I've been
Okay.
eating way better.
Right.
Like, really trying to.
Food is a big one, by the way.
It is. No, it's the biggest.
Yeah.
It's the
It's
biggest.
the biggest. It's the biggest.
Saying, what's that saying? I think I said it before on this podcast, but it was the best antidepressant is exercise, and the best anti-anxiety is nutrition.
But I'm also trying. I'm moving away from the Andrew Tate approach because I think
Because he got knocked out.
Because he got his ass kicked.
that as well. But also, I mean, slow and steady, man.
What's the Andrew Tate approach?
Extreme.
Everything's balls to the wall.
No, I think with fitness specifically, I think that's the wrong method. Especially if you've come from being, is benign the right word where you just like 7 days a week.
Yeah, benign, lazy, I guess.
Lazy.
Yeah.
You see, the thing is, if you try and do everything,
But I'm not coming from benign, though. I'm not a lazy guy by any means.
no, but no, I mean, in general, why most people fail is because you try and go balls to the wall day one. If you've not worked out 7 days a week, the fuck are you going to do from 35 years of just living like that?
Well,
And
I
going 7 days.
think there's a middle ground. I think you can be like, I'm extreme with my workouts, but it's not always been. It's only been extreme for like
Wait,
the last 3 years.
To get to where you're getting,
yeah,
though,
yeah.
it took time, right?
Yeah, and then you do shit like today.
Yeah.
But believe it or not, you see, like if you just use the normal metrics to use weight, clothes, even in a month and a half of just being conscious about how you eat and working out without, you don't have to be crazy.
Yeah.
I'm already seeing slow and steady. So I'm like, let me just do that for like 2 years. Let's see how that works. Yeah. Another thing that keeps coming up in therapy for me is fatigue management. Like that's been something that's been absent in my life. Like I've not been conscious about rest, intentional about rest.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
In my career specifically, they say rest is an intentional endeavor. It's not, you don't sleep because it's night. You sleep when you need to rest, and that's something I completely threw aside. And I didn't understand just how serious it affects your life all around.
It does.
Sleep.
Yeah, from mental health.
And the thing is, if you are tired, like today, for example, if you don't have much to do in the afternoon, take a nap, dude. There's nothing wrong with that. I have guilt.
So I told you I did the DNA testing a few weeks back, right? So I got the results. And one of these genes, the guy was walking through me. Not walking through me.
Ramming through me, ravaging me.
I don't think he's qualified, bro. Why he was giving me a head, bro.
So he was walking me through the results, and there's a particular DNA that what happens is when you're short of sleep, especially if you have this DNA strain, it forces you to act in a certain way to get dopamine filled up.
And how is that? What way?
So food, fatty foods,
Right.
drinking, drugs. So what happens is when you get less rest over time, what it does is it affects your dopamine receptors,
Right.
your natural ability to produce it. So what happens is that burger becomes easier to get,
Comfort, huh?
Right.
more comfort. So you start finding comfort in alcohol, food, sex, and this and that. So people can literally change their life around just by getting 6 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
6 hours of
Yeah.
sleep of focused rest, you will see your nutrition will clean up, your thought process will clean up. And it's a genetic trait in some people, it's there a lot more. So for example, with people who have blood sugar issues, diabetes, and so on and so forth, they are more prone to this DNA sample. The other one is a specific DNA trait that's related to sports activity, where some people are able to produce more energy in spurts, like the NFL, NHL players, right? On the other side is people who don't have this. So they compensate by requesting more food in their system, right? And if you have a combination of both, you're fucked. So that's what I have. So especially with alcoholics, because I asked them, what about that specific trait? They're like, well, is the alcoholic A, overweight, or is he very skinny? If he's overweight, the chances are he's either not sleeping well, and that as a result results in him over drinking and overeating. So, which makes sense because your sleep schedule was also with pilots. It's fucked, man. And you're doing 3 hours.
And I was making it worse. You know, I was notorious for Sajid and I have had exchanges about conspiracy theories at 3 a.m., 4 a.m., trying to determine if the world is flat. But so that's something I've had to consciously like taper off because, man, our schedule is so fucked, man. There are days like yesterday I was up I was at work by 5.
Yeah.
And I was up like an hour and a half before. And then today I'm flying in the evening at fucking 7:30. So it completely just throws you off. And you have to show up every time, right?
Would you ever go to a routine that's 9 to 5 but flying?
So I have a good friend of mine. Recently, our company got a contract in Entebbe for UN. And the flights are 9, you're done by 3.
That's true.
And it's for 2 months. So I was talking, we were corresponding, and he was like, you don't realize what you've missed until you get back to such a routine. Like, he's appreciating waking up in a sober time. You're reporting at 8, take off at 9. Everything of the day is done by around 3. Come back to the hotel. He's like, bro, I forgot about normal routine.
Yeah, like you have shit you can do in the afternoon. And
I mean, so think about that. In the aviation industry, the turn-up culture is quite prevalent. It's a lot more than in any other industries. And if you go to that DNA testing, where the sleep, the least amount of sleep you have, the more you sort of tap into your vices, right? Do you think that could be a correspondence with less sleep? And guys who are more prone to this genetic disposition will end up either overeating or overindulging in
that,
all of their vices.
Then I'll throw in a bit of, in normal mainstream society, a bit of resources.
Yes.
And then now, picture being off on a random Tuesday and you're off like it's a Friday. And maybe you're off Tuesday, Wednesday, and you're a turn-up guy and you have cash.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think, guys?
and you're a pilot.
And you're a
pilot.
Like, guys,
It's
bro,
probably pretty easy to get laid as a pilot.
certainly.
By the way, did you guys, sorry to move on to another topic, but did you guys watch the fights this past week?
Oh, what's the highlights?
There were 2 fights. There was Jake Paul and
I'm so happy that guy had his fucking jaw broken, dude.
Anthony Joshua.
Yeah, of course I watched it.
We were up watching it, yeah.
I feel like I'm shocked that you're happy. It means you don't know Jake Paul's story. Because I feel like there's a section of the internet, again, this is my opinion, that doesn't seem to understand just what Jake Paul has done.
Correct.
Especially as the antagonist.
Preach.
As the
Preach.
proverbial antagonist. This guy was a kid from Ohio, growing up in the shadow of Logan Paul. Logan Paul becomes this phenom, kind of also starts his thing, but of course always in the shadow. And at some point, you can see his maturity index overtaking his brother because he's more real with himself. He's doing the work. And then he starts boxing, and people are trying to say, oh, these fights are rigged. You cannot rig boxing in that manner, the way people are trying to say, like, at your fall. And no. What he did was he was selecting maybe his opponents specifically, but to step in the ring with AJ.
Hey, jeez.
That
balls.
takes balls. And then also, people are not realizing AJ was the B-side. Now, let's start there. Who's the gangster there? Jake Paul it's co-promoted by MVP, Most Valuable Promotions, which is owned by him and his some guy he works with, and Netflix.
Correct.
AJ was coming as a paid talent. It's very different what they're doing, man. Like, Jake Paul is in a whole other atmosphere, and it's self-made, self-created.
Can I add on to that? I mean, that's what I hate about people is they take things for face value.
Yeah.
If you fucking look at what he's done to the sport of boxing, who has fucking created more hype in the past 2 years than this kid? Do you guys know any boxing fights that have happened
Before Jake
Paul and Anthony Joshua? Ask any random fucking
he
kid.
brought the casual viewer into the
forum. What Conor McGregor did for MMA,
Yeah.
Jake Paul fucking did. And he's making a bag fucking doing it. So the guy is saying, oh, you shouldn't be doing in boxing. He put everyone on his fucking screen. Him and I were awake at 4-5, had to go through that women's fucking fight, which didn't end for 10 fucking rounds. put up with that shit. The fuck? I'm on leave. Give me my fucking time back.
It was my bro's wedding, bro. That
You
morning.
guy. Brother's wedding in the fucking morning. Had to put up with that shit. Fuck me.
You don't like women's boxing?
No.
Sucks, bro.
It sucks.
It sucks.
To get through that shit. But he made a whole generation of from 40s to 30s, 20s. Everyone was fucking awake at that time to watch him. No one has done that for boxing. So from a business perspective, from a kid, you guys, he's won.
And I love what Sajid said about face value. And I feel like the internet is created. I saw a lot of my colleagues posting the cliche, oh, Joshua the Black Adonis knocks out this white boy who has a big mouth. Like, and I'm like, that's the narrative. I'm like, that means you don't know Jack. If that's what you think this was, that means you don't know anything about it.
Because he's not a boxer.
He's not a boxer, one. And there's it's lucrative to be the antagonist.
Correct.
People used to pay to see Mayweather knocked out, but he won 50-0. So in his promotion, he'll be there with money, girls. People are feeling jealous. Like, fuck this guy. Who the fuck does he think he is?
That's what it is. It's jealousy.
Yeah, it's a jealousy thing.
It's jealousy. So, and he's capitalized on jealousy to
I mean, Anthony Joshua, I mean, he played with him, right? Like,
of course. You see, the thing is, your AJ.
And AJ respects Jake in a crazy way. Crazy way. If you saw the promotions, how he was carrying himself, you're like, man, like me, I'm a real boxer, but what this kid has done, and then now he's giving me a bag.
Let me tell you this. If you look at the weight difference, there's a 40-pound weight difference, right? Get 40 pounds of chicken, put that on a table. You see how much that is? Chicken breasts.
We kind of ate that last week.
And then that thing is thrown at you at the fucking speed
but that hit
of a punch.
Serious,
so the fact that this kid was able to take
sides.
a punch, both sides, he broke his
his whole
jaw.
head went like,
Yeah, put that on the screen, man.
I mean, but if you ever get punched by a heavyweight like AJ, and AJ, let's be honest, he's a fucking beast of a man.
I think
AJ is you on Ozempic.
He's an Adonis.
No, but people will say, "Oh, I'd get in the ring for 92 million." Like those days of like, would you get in the ring with Mike Tyson for $10 million? Fuck no.
No.
No, you end up in a fucking wheelchair, dude. Is it worth it? Really? Yeah.
What's up, guy?
Yeah.
You know, here's the thing.
Is it worth it? No.
Here's the thing. You can
One
get it.
hit.
You can get it. Yeah. You just tell him, look, you get in, you start playing with him. He gives you one punch. Just pretend you're knocked out.
But that one punch.
No
Do you
homo.
remember Tyson's uppercut?
Yeah.
No,
If he catches you clean, honestly, you're in a wheelchair.
no homo. My cheeks were clenched watching that fight because
AJ and Joshua.
the whole narrative was, I'll get him in the first 2 rounds. So when he started surviving rounds, I was like, yes. Were you watching the clock?
But I think.
I was watching the clock. Like,
Can I be honest with you?
I just wanted him to keep surviving another round and another round.
I mean, he got to 6 rounds.
6 rounds out of 8.
So there's
Then he
also.
got tired.
I think there was also because Joshua woke up in the 5th and 6th round, and if you look at Joshua's body language, whenever Jake was basically going in and clench and sort of going in for what do you call it?
Huddle.
Yeah. Joshua was smiling and laughing. He's like, yeah, I've got him. Let me just play with him a bit
That's
more.
what he did.
And he even says it. He says, let me break his spirit.
Yeah.
I think Joshua would have fucked him up if he wanted
What did
to.
he
But
say? He said, I can see when your soul leaves your body.
yeah, and the thing is, sports betting has become very lucrative. So 100%, I think maybe even AJ puts his bag on Jake Paul lasting till the 5th round. And so what he would do is through a shell company that's owned by a friend of a friend of a friend, puts $1 million on Jake Paul surviving till the 5th round, and maybe the odds are not there. So he will play it out till the 5th round,
Plus,
6th
half that
round.
fucking money in that.
And then you sort it out. So he gets a $50 million bag, and then from betting he gets another $20-30 million.
This is the last time I'll diss, because I respect and love you, but this is the last time I'll diss your Lord and Savior, Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate was like,
Fuck this shit, man.
Okay, so I already saw him on his fucking knees at one point.
Okay, can I defend him before you hate on him? Can I defend him before you hate on him? Okay, so here's the thing. His performance surprised me.
It was
gay.
It was gay.
It was fucking shit. As a world champion kickboxer, this seemed like it was a Pangani MMA association. Yeah, like what the fuck? Andrew Tate was because
I don't even want to put that in the same conversation
hear,
as a joke.
Yeah, hear me out, because it wasn't technical at all. Like I've seen better boxers at Westland's MMA gym.
Next gen.
Or Babadogo multi fitness. Like
Mixed martial arts.
It surprised me. I was
What
like,
was the fucking purpose of that fight? And what was it? Was it boxing?
So
Was it fucking MMA? What was it?
he's on the promotion. He's trying to do similar stuff to what Jake Paul is doing. So Dubai-based MMA promotion, and now he's bought it. But the fight itself surprised me, and I was like, okay, even though he's 40, I look at Mike Tyson fighting Jake Paul at 50, and Mike Tyson still had 60, still had some of the moves, the shoulder. He was rolling, he was ducking. That surprised me. But what I'll tell Andrew Tate is he got his ass kicked, like his face was beaten up, but he stayed there. I mean, he stayed. He didn't tap out. He went in.
Did you have a hard on when you were watching it? Be honest.
No, man, it killed my
Come
boner.
on, come on.
Come on.
Listen,
Okay.
Safe space.
listen.
But it means Jake, the time Jake,
It's not a safe space.
the time Jake and Andrew were touted to fight, it means Jake would have owned.
Jake would have fucked him up.
Fucked
But
him
you know,
up,
Andrew
bro.
Tate tweeted. Andrew Tate tweeted when someone asked him, "Would you fight Jake Paul right now?" He's like, "Fighting's a young man's game." But what I didn't like is he posted a video, and this is a tip for anyone: whenever you're being attacked by social media, shut the fuck up. Don't post a rebuttal. Don't say
What
anything.
did he post? The one where
He posted.
he's trying to look
Yeah,
like strong.
and then you.
I thought he was gonna. You know what I thought he was gonna end it with? Because I was watching in anticipation for there has to be like something funny at the end. It was
Yeah.
gonna be like, yeah, but I made like 300 million or something.
Yeah, exactly.
But that was a man defeated, bro,
And I
and trying to stay.
What did he post?
You know, like
an
a
emotional
video of-
response of what he did.
Yeah, and you know,
You didn't do
you know the way, like, let's say I'm not feeling pain when you're a kid. I didn't feel pain. That's what it came across, but now in many words.
You know, it's. I don't know.
Captures it, right? It's
You know,
chungu.
it's like when you commit the crime, just shut the fuck up. And this is well, I'm not sure if this story relates to it, but when I was young, we were going to Mombasa with the family, and we were driving this van. It's like you know, those Noahs, the old ones.
Yeah.
Voxy.
Something of the
Is
sort.
this the trip where your uncle touched you?
No, it was before that. So now we're driving the car, and we go to a relative's house, and Mzee and them go up, and there's a barbecue or something. So fast forward till the end of it, he's like, "Why don't you go and bring the car?" So I'm excited. I'm driving, so I take my brother and I take my cousin. Both of them like quite young at the time. So me, I'm doing drifts on Yali Road in a Voxy van. Like 360 drifts, bro. If you know a Voxy van, that's impossible to do. But
also
I was
you
doing,
could just flip over, yeah.
yeah, and it can flip over. So it nearly flipped over, and I hit the side, and the tire burst. What I should have done was shut the fuck up, right? The people next to me should have shut the fuck up. My 7-year-old brother. But as soon as we get to the house, I was telling them, don't say anything. Don't say we had an accident. Don't say, just keep quiet. As soon as we get to the house, my brother's like, we didn't have an accident.
What a cunt. What?
So we got
7-year-old cunt.
So they all knew these guys fucking had an accident, right? But the thing is, don't talk about it. Don't preach about it. If something fucked up happens, let the storm just mull over. So I think what Andrew Tate should have done is shut the fuck up. And he should have done the comic stuff he does. Yeah, I got my ass whooped, but guess what? I'm rich, 300 million. I can buy your bitch.
Yeah, but I
You think it will humble him in any way?
I've been seeing him going through if you're keen and you know how to read people a bit, he's going through something existential.
Yeah,
For
because he thought he was the man.
Yeah, and I think he started getting high on his own Kool-Aid. I think before it started as a machismo thing for dollar, but now at some point you've made all the dollar, and I think now you know, at the end of the day when you're brushing your teeth, we all know our insecurities, man, to ourselves. So I think he's facing himself in a profound way, and maybe he doesn't like what he sees. And people who are keen or have the maturity can sniff that out. But may I always say to the young guys watching, don't have a prophet and Tate's kind of prophet who you follow. Pick things that are useful, but don't
Don't be obsessed with them. What the fuck are you guys doing, man?
Meanwhile, Sajid's watching the fight.
You guys, Romeo saw that fight. I was like this the whole time.
But
It-
he has the lead way,
What do you mean?
the guild of not winning.
But you see, what do you mean the guild of no?
Like he wants with his life, He's used to winning. Most.
Yeah.
No, but if you look at, have you seen past highlights of his kickboxing?
It's not bad. It's
I
a
saw me
bit
kicked in
different.
the
Yo,
face.
where you're fucking kicking a bag, dude.
Yeah, but you see, the thing is, that's then the question is, if you put an MMA fighter against a boxer in boxing, who really wins? And so far, I don't think there's any fucking MMA guy who's ever gone the distance with a boxer. From Conor McGregor to, what's the guy Jake Paul kicked his ass?
Anderson Silva,
Anderson Silva did, yeah, he kicked his ass. Anderson Silva actually beat
Dylan
the
White,
guy. There was
Dylan Dennis.
Dylan Dennis is also
The
one.
black guy or the white guy?
There was Tyron Woodley.
Tyron
Woodley as well. He was an MMA fucking beast, bro. Another Adonis. And he got his ass handed to him. So I don't think it translates. So maybe boxing skills is just a specific set of skills that's just so specific. If you do it exceptionally well. MMA, you can maybe survive.
Mike Tyson at his best was probably the best specimen of a boxer.
You were there.
Yeah.
How about it?
Have you ever been in a boxing fight?
No.
You want to get in a boxing fight?
No.
Let's talk about the time, because he experienced
Tyson in his peak.
the way we experienced like Mayweather. How was that?
How was that?
I mean, there was just nothing like it. You know, my dad used to speak about Muhammad Ali, right? And then you see this guy, and Tyson's fights were like 2 rounds, most of them. Like
what?
yeah, or like 30 seconds, dude. There are fights that you would stay out, and it was like HBO was the channel, and it was like you know you're up late waiting to watch the fight, you know, like, and you're excited, and within like 30 seconds it's over, it's done. You know what I mean? And it's crazy because it was that uppercut, man. You know, he had low center of gravity. He wasn't a tall guy. Just come from the ground, and you just watch someone's fucking like jaw unhinge from their neck, dude.
How tall was he? How tall?
5'7", 5'9", 5'8", something like that. He's not a tall guy, but
Why did he go to prison?
rape.
Rape, man.
Who did he rape?
That actress rather.
So
But he said she accused him falsely.
Robin Givens.
Robin Givens.
So based
She
on
was hot, dude. Fuck, she was.
Did,
was
did
hot.
he, did he
Well,
actually rape?
our eye for hot was different, man. I don't. When you look back, it's like, yeah.
Really?
Then she was like, whoa. But now when you look at her now, like, I even like that was not. She was not that.
So-
Really? I would say her.
You
and her
spilled
friend.
quite a bit of seed to her.
Bucket. But was this like proper accused, committed?
Yeah, actually, he
everything?
went. He went.
He
so-
admitted to doing it.
No, he didn't admit. But so she said it's the kind of spousal kind of rape, you know, where
Yeah.
it starts with consent, then stops. And because Tyson was a raging cokehead, it was easy to imagine that he did it.
Can we put up that picture of Tyson at a party with coke, with coke in his nose? Okay, so with consent,
Been there, dude.
with consent as well, and this is now a question I want to ask you guys, is when does flirtatious nose, you know, because women do that, no.
Bill Burr.
Yeah.
When does it go from no to no?
I had
And have you ever had an experience like that?
I had a
Woman.
discussion in Mwafrika, who Fareed has been dodging. Mwafrika, I'm asking live on camera, man.
Yeah, but
It'll happen. It'll happen.
I'm telling you, it will change your life. All
But
the millions
but
come to you.
but
In one podcast.
but so we're having this discussion, and we're on different sides with Mwaf, and I feel like he was really feeding into this crowd narrative of, you know, men nowadays don't know I don't think you need to be trained about consent, even if you're Kim's age or younger. Like, the moment you transition from consent to non-consent, unless you're an animal and you've been living on an island, you know when a human being is now resisting you for real.
All right, but check this out.
Like, for real. Like, if a chick, even if she said yes and you start fucking, and at some point it's like, no, you know, I don't want.
So you just pull your
No, but you know.
Yes, you pull your dick out.
because no, but
Absolutely.
no,
pull your dick out.
no, but here's the
And
thing.
your thumb.
Okay,
Yeah.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. They've been, so let's say you're dating a girl, right? You've gone distance. She's flirting with you. She's dressed very salty. She's showing you her diabs and this and that. You start making out. You start making love, and she's like, no, stop. There have been cases, even NFL players. What's the football league called? National Football League. They're like, fuck it, get in a car, go.
It's
As soon
national,
as
the N word there. It's not.
National Football League.
Okay.
What are you thinking of the N-word then?
No.
But there have been other people who've sort of gone through it. It's like, I'm here, let me bust a nut. And those are the guys that get convicted.
Dude,
But you
Like-
see, the thing is, consent. So
I just think it's such an easy. It's so black and white, dude. There's
Yeah.
no gray area.
Right?
Yeah.
The moment, Sajid, come on, you've been a player in the past, not anymore. But, bro, the moment a chick's
single man. No. What do you call single woman man?
Yeah.
Let's pray. Let's pray to the heavens.
the moment a girl
Laugh at that clip.
a girl would withdraw consent, even if it doesn't matter how heated things
Yeah,
are
yeah.
a second before. As a human being, you'd recognize it immediately. So that idea around consent. But now what has happened is that women have, of course, had some bitterness towards men and have claimed that, at some point, I that's why guys said saying, I always try to walk my women to the lift, to the elevator, like
show.
to
Yeah.
show that, look, this is not someone I raped.
Unless you're like P. Diddy.
Yeah.
Different kind of walk to the elevator.
Take them to the lift by their weave. Just kick them for good measure. That's not funny. I'm not laughing.
But see, the thing is, these so the certain sect of women have actually honeypotted these famous sports players, where they entice them and then they say all of a sudden, "Oh, he raped me." And this guy's thinking he just hooked up with a mama randomly.
Like Kobe Bryant.
And then all of a sudden, when your contract renewals are up, when you're getting these sponsorships, there's that particular lawyer. What's his name?
I know the guy too. The name eludes me right now.
Jewish guy, yeah.
Can you just search for the lawyer that went after Shannon Sharp? See, he's the same lawyer, right?
Yeah, ambulance chaser.
Yeah, exactly. Put his picture over here. That basically is the person that shows up with the snow bunny or whatever you're doing. So it's also a tool used to weaponize this GBV, right?
Yeah, just control your cock, dude. It's the simplest thing, man.
But you see, the thing is, like, they spend time together, they do whatever they do, they entice you to get you into bed. And so mid playing video games,
Mid-coitus, yeah.
coitus, they essentially say, no, stop.
But
And that's what they use then in that particular case against you.
high-end celebrities have heard of cases. I can't remember there was a specific celebrity who came up with that whole thing. I think it was Trey Songz, where like written consent, man.
Oh yeah, sign a contract.
You sign right here, man. Like, hey, you agreed to this.
Yeah, because and I'm saying,
Dude, people are going to fucking jail, dude.
but Fareed, that's what I'm saying. All this stuff where now if you even meet an actor or you meet a celebrity, you're being offered an NDA and you've been offered a consent form that you need to sign off before you do anything with me.
Do your guys have NDAs, by the way? Your lovely Kim.
Kim hana kazi hata.
You've just been fired. No, but NDAs are important, generally.
Do you have NDAs with your guys?
100%.
Really?
Yeah. Bro, look at the Diddy doc.
No.
Bro,
Go chat GPT,
listen.
create NDAs.
Just think about the shit that is said
Listen to
when we say don't put that in the podcast. Don't put that in the podcast.
Oh, when we're talking before the pod. And then, look at the guys in the Diddy doc. There's no one there who's successful.
Check it,
right?
these guys, the money dollar signs
So-
just popped on
so-
their heads.
All it takes is a bit of
Why are you looking at me, Kim? He's like, fuck, man.
Oxy's like second day on the job.
You were making
Last
fun of-
day on the job.
You were making fun of retards the other day.
I didn't say shit. I didn't say shit.
But yeah, all it takes is one person from your past who's salty with you. Because look at all, I looked at all the guys in the Diddy doc, and as much as it was phenomenal, yada yada, all those guys kind of look loserish. Like they have not reached their full potential, and that's why they
Fucking little Rod, dude.
little Rod.
Yeah. Woke up with his ass sore 9 weeks straight and it's like, I think something's not right.
Do you think they were just paid to
Of course.
get that?
No, it's-
Or they're chasing the bag.
Yeah,
you know
they're
what I mean?
incentivized. It's definitely a money grab of
The
sorts.
50 Cent is funding it all, dude.
But I switching gears a bit, because it's 24th, right?
Fuck, it's Christmas Eve.
We're coming to the close of the year, and I was reflecting yesterday, and I've had a tough year, but still, fun enough, the best year of my life.
You forgot to use a word.
What?
Pontificate.
No. For real, I was reflecting.
Yeah.
Made the most money, lost the most money.
Yeah.
Learned some of the most profound lessons. I think as a man or as a human, we're periodically faced with times where you have to face yourself in a very profound way. And usually what happens with that is you grow from it
Yeah.
if you actually face yourself. So you guys know my inner tribulations. I thank God in a way for it. Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully next year you can come out of the closet. That would be great.
Okay. Maybe then let's go around. So, since we're on you, Eric, reflect to us on this year a bit more. Tell us, with the lessons learned, what do you want 2026 to look like?
So boundaries. Here's number one, and boundaries. So I even used my good friend as a case study, whom I love so much, and he's mastered boundaries because he's a normal human being. He doesn't have
Not like us.
He doesn't have certain afflictions, and I think people who don't have that struggle master their boundaries. And a simple example is, I would find myself always, I would sacrifice my time to be at someone else's free time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
And then for most people, would only sacrifice their free time. Yeah. So at the end of the day, you end up losing. I was always sacrificing myself, and not just with you. That's just one example, but across the board with people I relate with, right? You'd be surprised. In the last 2 months, I've cut off so many guys, and some of them can't take it. They keep dissing me, Nowadays, you don't pick up phone calls. Kwani, what happened? Because they're seeing that this nigga is detaching. Now, they're not bad people, yeah, but I'm really learning to protect my energy. A simple thing like learning to say no also. Like, I don't want to do this, or I want to do this. Like, having boundaries, man. I've ended up, I've sacrificed my own wants and needs so much.
Yeah. I
And-
hear you on that.
And it ends up, those things live inside you. And for me, it's always, such things are just a path to a relapse. It's always just a path to a relapse. So at 35 is when I'm learning to say no. When I'm having healthy boundaries, I'm not Captain Save-A-Ho anymore. According to Sajid, and I always want to fix people's lives, help them. Bro,
Eric shows up. What do you need help with? Like the Fundi guy. With
I only have so much capacity. I'm not equipped in the first place.
And also, I think pouring from an empty cup is very dangerous.
Oh,
That's when as you pointed out, that's when relapses happen.
Yeah,
and I'm very proud of you for acknowledging that, because it seems like it's a repetitive nature that you've had. It's a very loving, caring person, but I think moving on to 2026, if you want to build a new house, you can't carry the same bricks. You have to drop that shit. It's going to be very tough. It's something that's in foreign territory for you, so it will feel very uncharacter-like.
and snaky even. Sometimes
And snaky even. And you'll
Sometimes-
feel guilty.
Yeah, I've carried that.
But you need to protect your energy.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Those are the main things, man.
Yeah.
And also, I just realized just how much I love my wife, man. A simp, all the Tate fans, Kibe fans, go eat a dick. But I love my wife to bits. Like, having someone who you guys have that love reciprocity is one of the most foundational things for you to live
Gay! I'm just kidding.
a
No, it's
fulfilling
amazing.
life.
It's amazing.
For real,
It's
for real.
amazing.
For real,
I
for real.
Can I just jump in there too then? Because at 51, I think I'm on a very similar trajectory. But at my age, I also was always available. I think it comes from a fear of, when I came back from rehab in 2018, I lost 90% of my friends out of my fear of relapsing, but also my firm belief, and this will be unpopular with the people that are no longer in my life from that period, is people didn't want to look into a mirror. They didn't want to see me get clean, because then they have to start looking at their own lives, or they just weren't ready. And rebuilding friendships or making new friendships between then and now, and then overdoing it, overcompensating, because I spent so much time almost in isolation. I mean, I had women around me all the time, but it was nothing serious in that period. So there's a lot of isolation, just out of necessity more than anything else. This year, I've learned what no means, and I'll give you a specific example. And this is in no way. I have a wonderful extended family. My aunt, Gina, my cousins, her kids, my uncle Chris, Captain, as you know him, and their kids, Natalia and Nathan. And Natalia's here. The kids are here. Nathan, his wife, and Natalia, and it was Natalia's birthday party on Sunday. This just 3 days ago, and I was in Malindi for work with the ministry, and then Rena, my partner, came up to Watamu, and we spent a night in Watamu, a night in Kilifi with another friend of mine, and then 2 more nights in Watamu. And Natalia's birthday was here on Sunday, and it was quite a big event. And I was really fucking shitting myself about how I was going to tell my aunt I'm not going to be there. And it was just so cathartic and really hard to tell her, but just being able to say I'm not going to be there. I to be perfectly honest, and I was almost called back for a meeting with the ministry on Monday morning, which means I would have had to leave Sunday night, not Monday night. But to make those decisions based on my own needs and my partner's needs, you're talking about your wife. When I told Rena, look, I might have to fly back in Sunday night, I could see that she was disappointed. So I spoke to my boss at the ministry, and he's like, hey, dude, relax. Enjoy Watamu. I'll brief you on the meeting. There'll be a lot of work to do in early January, so just chill. It's those things that you would have sacrificed before, which is it's not the worst sacrifice to go to work, but also at what cost and how many times that you don't prioritize things that should be important in your life. We take people for granted. That's human nature.
And yourself as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we take wives and girlfriends and partners for granted. He doesn't. He's, but he will at some point, no, but you do. We take people for granted. Especially wives and partners.
And I see it even because, to be honest, I mean, you guys have become like really like really close friends. I know it's going to be like a gay agenda here, but for real, you become my close friends. This guy, I mean, we've built a lot together. And I feel like even as I grow and I change, as I evolve, even you'll have to adapt, or rather we'll have to adapt to how we interact now differently. Because I'm changing, man. I'm changing.
And
I like it.
Take those lessons, because you mentioned something a moment ago that is so important, that if you don't pay attention, face yourself. That's what you said. If you don't face yourself, because it's very easy to say shit like, my temper is my big issue. Like, I have a very, very
short temper.
Aggressive and short temper.
Yeah.
And it's very aggressive. And I'm also very smart, which means I can cut people down to nothing, to zero.
Can read, guys.
Bro, I will, like, people start fucking with me. My former business partner at the healing center, that 2 of our partners resigned, thank fuck, because they were useless. And I can say that now. And I pray to God they see this podcast. I held my tongue against one of them because there's a history where this person, whose husband is also a recovering drug addict and alcoholic, is waiting to say, see, he hasn't changed about me. I've known this person for 20 plus years, and she was very close with my ex-wife. So I held my tongue for a year while she just constantly attacked me in management meetings and director meetings and things like that. And I thought to myself, if I had just spoken up once, I swear to God, she would have gone into a spiral of depression. You know what I mean? I held it together until they left the company.
That's maturity, right?
That's not maturity. That's because I didn't want her to point out, same fucker, right? My point about my temper is my year, I have learned, and I'm in therapy for it. I don't know if you ever met Prashna at my center, but
yes.
She's our main clinical psychologist. I think she did. She had a session with you for when you wanted to come out of the closet. No, just joking. But you met her. I started seeing her to help me because my relationship is so important to me with Rena. I don't want, bro, like my DMs are fucking insane, dude. This podcast also has not helped that agenda, dude. Like, it is crazy how many women, like, the word daddy pops up in my DMs like at least 20 times a day, right? But I don't have that interest anymore. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of things that have to go into creating a whole package of a person. The one thing you have to also remember, and this is coming from my experience as someone in the mental health space, as a practitioner, is that journey it's a forever journey. There is no end a lot of people think that healing will lead to healed. There is no healed. You will never heal, right? Especially if you've and trauma is variable, right? Kim's trauma, your trauma, my trauma. We've all had it, but it's variable. You can't say whose is worse, you know? What you have to remember is that as long as you can face yourself, as you mentioned, as long as you can learn, and as long as you can say, that's a pattern I don't want to repeat. For instance, being available all the time, or constantly just fucking people walking around on eggshells around you because they feel like if they say one wrong, sometimes people could say something that is constructive, you know, like, hey, maybe if you drove a little slower, you know, you'd be more calm in traffic. And like, if someone can't say that shit to you, which they couldn't to me in the past, there's a fucking problem there, man. You know, that's a very valid point.
Yeah.
Right? If you just took your time in traffic, as opposed to fucking honking your horn and weaving in and out, then when you got to your destination, you wouldn't be so stressed. It's a very good piece of constructive criticism. I'm using this as an example. I'm not saying it's happened. If someone cannot say that to you, and truth be told, up for 50 odd years, people couldn't say that shit to me. Because they would
walk
they're
around like
Scary guy.
afraid.
Yeah.
And I was going to lose my shit, you know, and say like, you fucking drive the way you want to fucking drive. You want to fucking drive, you drive. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's how my reaction was. Learning that control. And it's not control, because it ceases to be control when you're biting your lower lip not to explode. That's not control. Control is being able to say, let me think about what that person has said. Do I agree with it? And you can do this in a split second. It's actually a tool in healing. Do I agree with it or disagree with it? And if I disagree with it, let me explain calmly why. So maybe I'm in the car with Eric or you, and you say that to me, dude, maybe if you just fucking slowed down. And I could say, yeah, but you know, we're meeting the Netflix guys and we have 7 minutes, dude. And it's the Google Maps is saying 12.
Yeah.
So just bear with me. I don't want to be late for this meeting. Right?
Were you a road rage guy?
No.
Okay.
But that's a fair response. Right? Now, if we're going for lunch with Eric and he's not going to mind if we're 5 minutes late, and I lose my shit, that's not a fair response. My response should be, you know what? Fuck, Sajid, you're right, man.
Yeah.
Just call Eric and tell him we're running a bit late.
Correct.
Yeah. And then at least when we get there, we're not all fucking... Because ultimately, the way I'm driving is going to affect your mood. You know what I mean? This is what healing is. Right? And you don't win all the time. Remember that. You do not win all the time. You're going to make mistakes with your wife. You're going to make mistakes at work. I'm going to make mistakes with my family, whatever it is. Right? But the key is to learn from that mistake. And it doesn't mean you can never repeat it again. And one of the things that we teach in our center, or one of the things we support at Full Circle is the relapse is perfectly normal. And AA gets it wrong 100% of the time. It's outdated. There are I've said this before, there are some wonderful elements to Alcoholics Anonymous or the Anonymous programs, Narcotics Anonymous, AA, whatever. But you can't tell me if I've been sober for 18 years and I come in on 18 years in one day and say, you know, for my 18th year sobriety anniversary, I went and got fucked up, that I have to take a 24-hour chip.
Oh, man.
You know what I mean? I have a problem with that.
It has a very...
What's the 24-hour chip?
So 24 hours means that so what happens in AA is you get a 24-hour chip for being sober for a day.
Oh, so they reset you.
Then you get a 1-month chip, a 6-month chip, and then every chip after that is 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, all the way up to whatever. And every year, like mine is 19th of March, I'll get a chip saying this is another year. So I think it's 4 or 3. No, now, so here's a good example. I relapsed. You guys know that. Right? And I'm not afraid to say it because I don't believe in going to AA and saying, because let me tell you one thing, 90% of the fuckers that are collecting 10, 12, 15-year chips are bullshitting.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And I've seen those fuckers at bars and restaurants drinking and then coming in saying, I'm 3 years sober today. Go fuck yourself. Be honest, because you're lying to yourself.
Yeah, go fuck
and
yourself.
You see that
yeah.
but you see that touches on to thy own self be true. We wear masks to people, but we also wear masks to ourselves.
But the one person that
and we keep trying to convince.
And also remember that what difference does it make? If let's put it this way, right? If I did up until my relapse, which was a drink, a couple of doubles, to be honest, right? And I told you guys immediately after it happened. I didn't feel the need to go to AA and share. Why? I can. I'm not embarrassed. I could go to AA and say I've relapsed. Fuck you. What are you going to do? The shame and the guilt of someone saying, oh, well, then on March 19th, you can't get your 4-year chip. That is the problem with that program.
It was a very splashing.
Yeah, self-flagellation.
Yes.
And why should there be shame and guilt in a relapse? If I strung together 3 years prior to that, people should be saying, fuck, dude, okay, you had 1 day or 2 days of drinking. We understand. But man, you should be really proud of the 3 years, because that will make me want to do 4 years next time.
And the lessons are not just specific to AA or alcoholism. There are also life-based lessons attached. It's just not for us because we're addicts.
Yes.
It will lean that.
And that's what I mean.
To add to your message, like to actually have the wherewithal to acknowledge that, oh, okay, this is the path that led me here. These are the mistakes I made, and learn from them, applies to also non-addicts. And I feel like if you live your life that way, you'll constantly self-improve.
And I think
Most people are.
to thy own self be true is a really recovery
Yes.
saying,
Yes.
right? It's so prevalent and pertinent to everyday life.
Yes.
So, for instance, and I'm just going to close this here because I've spoken for way too long, but it's not to say I'm never going to lose my temper when Sajid says slow down in traffic. That's not to say that's going to happen. But for Sajid to know that he's free to say it, because the last time I lost my temper was a year ago. Not every single time we're in the car where he just shuts up. And I'm using you like you're my fucking life partner, but you get my point. So I will lose my temper again.
Yeah.
But then
Right.
on the wrong side is just quiet.
Yeah.
Come in.
You might drink again, right? You might cheat. I'm not saying you will, but it's possible. All these things are no. I'm just saying, listen.
Hanging me out to get shot away.
Listen, I'm not saying these things are going to happen. I may never lose my temper again. You may never drink again. You're definitely going to cheat. But the point I'm trying to make is that if you're learning to say that, what is the serious? Like, what is the real? Like, what is so serious about life? Like, seriously, dude. Like, people get over shit, dude. Like, people will always get over shit, right? You get my point.
Yeah.
So just fucking take it one day at a time. I know AA's got some great sayings. Take it one day at a time. To thy own self be true. All these things are so important, you know. And the serenity prayer really is, you know, it's a model for life. Give me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. If I'm in traffic,
Isn't that how Father Lodi thy name?
no, but if I'm in traffic and bodas are cutting me off, right? I should have the wisdom to know that I cannot change that situation.
Yeah.
What can I change? My fucking mood.
Yeah.
The way I'm driving.
The uncontrollable factors, let it be.
Yeah. You're not going to fucking... My shouting at a fucking matatu is going to make all matatus tomorrow fucking drive like we're in London. No. So what's the point? So the point I'm making is that as we go into the new year, that there are things that we can look back on. And it's a good exercise to say, what have I learned? Eric, you've brought it up in such a beautiful way. Can I face myself? Can I look in the mirror and comfortably say that I have made changes or I have made improvements to who I am? That's the key. And it's not a these are the 100 things I do wrong, and by fuck, it's the 25th tomorrow, so by 31st I've got to have the other 97 crossed off the list. One thing is enough. That's it. Pick something and say, this is what I want to change about myself. So for instance, for me, it would probably be to be less volatile. You know, I've seen my mood shift up and down this year. I'm not sure the reason why.
We have.
Yeah. As well, you guys have
On a
seen
night
it.
note, of
Yeah,
course.
but you have. But I'm saying I'm not sure the reason why. So there's some work I need to do. It's quite simple.
Okay.
You know, maybe I did stop meditating about 3-4 months ago, and that could be a genuine reason why. But these are things I can learn from. You know.
So,
Well said, man.
yeah, that was actually kudos. That was beautiful, bro. Can I suck your dick?
Yeah.
What about you?
See, I told you you'd cheat.
What about you, Saj? I feel like before you start, I feel like you're very, and it pisses me off, man. This guy, he needs to learn gratitude.
Okay.
Expand.
You mean in his own life?
Yeah. This guy has the audacity to tell me the other day on text, I haven't achieved anything this year. And I'm like, okay, my mind went, is this guy fishing for compliments, or does he genuinely believe he's not achieved anything this year? You've known him for a good chunk of this year, right? Is it fair, or isn't it unimaginable for him to say he's not achieved anything this year? Isn't it a bit ungrateful to himself?
No, but I get it.
We see, I think the parameters by which I measure success, A, is physical. Am I in the shape I was going to be in? No. B is monetary. Am I where I want to be financially? No. C, and as much as it's egotistical, is fame.
You want to be famous?
Yes. Why do you think I want to get on stage and act and do a movie?
Okay.
It's not to please my fucking parents.
I thought it was money.
It's money and fame. If I look at those three things, I failed in those miserably. That's what I feel. I'm not where I want to be in any of them. If I look at relationships and connections, I'd say I've made progress there. I think I've gotten rid of energy leeches, like serious fucking energy leeches in my life that were just fucking dragging me down. One of the best exercises I did was don't message anyone. See who reaches out to you and see what they reach out
It's
to.
so sad when you do that, though.
You know the thing is, it's
That's
like
depressing.
people will reach out, but
nice.
they'll reach out for specific instance.
I've seen that so much.
So I cut those fuckers off, all right? And for me, it was, those Friday nights where you're alone and you're like, what the fuck, I'm supposed to be out with the boys, but they're not really your boys. And a lot of that. So with community connections and relationships, I feel I've formed a community of like-minded individuals and people who have the same vision, and people who are not energy leeches. Like, they're folks that are genuinely concerned about your well-being. I think, by the way, it's been a year since I think we connected in November or something.
Yeah,
Like,
remember.
Make love.
And I was like, fuck, why does it feel like I've been friends with Eric for like 6-7 years?
Because of the relapse, bro.
That'll add some yes to your life.
But you know what I mean? It's like, because I was looking back, we did a podcast, and Kim, you can put that podcast up. It was a fire podcast where Eric came on Coffee Pump and we were just getting to know each other.
Bro, we've made, and of course it's Fareed as an addition to the trio, bro.
Yes.
We've made magic this year.
Yeah.
He doesn't like to talk about that other one because it's like one of the biggest things. One of the
Which
things I
one?
started with in terms of gratitude. My wife. Circumstance now is different, right? I can imagine person watching saying, "I've not achieved anything this year, bro."
I mean,
That's
so
a big one, bro.
So community is there. The last one is
That's a big one, though.
I'm so out of the 4 things that I mentioned, I think the third one, the fourth one, there's still development there. I think there's a lot of room to go.
What was the fourth?
The fourth was community and relationships.
Oh, yeah.
I'm what you call a proverbial hater, and I know that. Like, when Eric tells me, "So you go talk to this guy," I'm like, "Fuck that guy. What's he going to add to my life?" But then when I give them a chance, I'm like, okay, maybe I was.
Yeah, that's what you did with me.
Yeah, but you see, the thing is, it's also a way of, my walls have always been up because it's a very selfish nature about myself. I want to genuinely protect my energy, but Cairo. Yeah, because
He has hated on so many guests.
That didn't even want me on that the first episode I did, dude.
He's hated on so many guests I've proposed, and then it ends up working out. And then, like, I'm like, what's wrong with this?
So I think moving on into the next year, what I need to do is realize that there's a bunch of different characters, and your character might match with another. Just give people an opportunity.
And you've added 20,000 subscribers, bro.
Okay, that's super fit. So what's up? What's clocking? Okay. I thought you were saying you have a small penis.
That too. But
it was a double entendre.
The penis enlargement works.
So can I?
So
Before you
so-
go,
so-
I got to tell you something.
Yeah.
Fame, money, and
So fame,
physique.
physique, monetary, and fame.
Yeah. So you will go to the next 10 years of your life, ending every year saying it's not enough. Trust me.
that's exactly what I told him.
Yeah.
And especially
Doesn't matter because I do it every year.
funny when it comes to the
Every year.
the money thing, especially. Let's
Yeah.
talk about money, bro. You'll make a 500M. That's not a B. You make a B, it's not 5B.
Yeah.
You're forgetting to
Connections and all that.
Okay, so
No, it'll never be enough.
We'll talk about money. We'll talk about money, and we spoke about it. Okay, so then connections, and then the last one. What the fuck was the last one?
Connections.
No, connections was the fourth one. Then there was another
Penis
one
enlargement.
after that. That's already
But I didn't know you wanted fame. Like fame.
bro.
Like I want to be famous.
Why do you think I want to star in movies? I want to do a podcast. I want to be the sales director of this company. It's because I want to be known, because fame opens doors. And the thing is, you've seen it, right? The treatment you get as a famous, well-known person who's rich is very different from a no-Joe fucking schmo on the side of the road.
I'd being good looking and in great shape. It's wild, dude.
I think fame is a byproduct that you can enjoy.
Correct,
though.
correct.
Not-
So
not-
I
not
mean,
the goal.
no, here's the thing, and it comes from this delusion of grandeur, where growing up sitting with my grandfather and watching Hollywood movies, and him being enamored by these larger-than-life characters on screen, like From a Bridge Too Far or Dirty Dozen or Kelly's Heroes, seeing Clint Eastwood shine and be the man of the hour. You know, that's why you have the machismo, the complex, where you want to be that character that saves the world, that saves this, that saves that. You have to have that ability. So you have to have that sort of want and need to be that person in order to achieve great things. But if you're and it's not for everyone. Some people are just comfortable having a kid, a wife, a home, and a shamba. That's fine, but that's not for me. It's like Jugu motherfucking guy. the guy who just wants
The peanut guy.
Yeah, fuck you and your 30,000 bob. Fuck off. That's not for me, all right? I forget what the last one was, but now back on the monetary stuff. What was it? What was I going to say about monetary?
You don't feel like you.
Yes. What I realized is how much money is enough, okay? And you're right, it never changes. But recently a friend of mine, very good friend, lost his dad. So his dad was 75 plus, so health insurance naturally doesn't come in. They can't give those guys health insurance. He was sick for about 2 weeks, of which he spent, I think, 2 or 3 days in ICU at Kenyatta University Hospital. Right? You know how much it was a day, per day in ICU? 1 million bob.
That's not
At
even
Kenyatta
top-notch hospital,
fucking
yeah.
University Hospital. The guy had to spend 2 to 3 million just in ICU cost over 3 days. Medicine, 40,000 bob, being given to his dad every 4 hours to administer. And then it took me back to my granddad's time when he was in ICU for like 2 weeks at Aga Khan, and this was in 2000s. The guy was paying 200,000 bob a day. So you work all your life. You have 10 million in your savings account, all right? Your dad fucking gets sick. Your dad is old. He can't be insured. That 10 million is fucking gone like this. 10 years of fucking work and saving gone to disease that you can't control. So when I say money, I want enough money that this kind of stuff doesn't bother me. Fuck the flying jets and the cars and this and that. I used to say the private jets. But you want to have enough money where your family is taken care of. Someone gets sick, you don't bat an eye. Get them the best hospital, the best health.
Can I ask you a question though? On
Yeah.
that? Do you have health insurance?
We all have health
Have life
insurance.
And personal.
I don't have life insurance. He was talking to me about it.
things I told him.
I have life insurance.
You do?
You must.
Yeah.
You must.
If I die today, my kids will get to split just under 400,000 pounds.
You must.
Which means, by the way, let me tell you what I've done and suffered to do. I have a pension plan, which will pay for my kids' university, which matures in about 3 years. I have life insurance and I have health insurance. But the life insurance thing is that if I was to die today, my kids' lives can start with 250,000 Swiss francs each. That's it.
And I was telling
How many
it's fucking
how many of you guys have health insurance?
I pay, sorry, Eric,
Sorry.
40,000 shillings a month on my life insurance.
I paid just about half of that, and I was telling Sajid through my madness relapse that I made sure doesn't get
Yeah.
fucked because I can't leave my wife with worse off. God forbid something happens. to
Okay, so I'm doing a pension. I pay. It comes to about 80,000 bob a month. in the pension. That's also contributed by the company as well.
Medical cover.
Medical cover, the company gets taken care of and stuff, but that's just for me and a plus one, right? Eventually, my fiance comes under that. In fact, because most of the people that watch are very young guys. How many of you guys have health insurance? You don't have health insurance. How many of you guys have pensions?
There are premiums that are custom suited for a bachelor who's not earning a lot of money that you can be paying a month.
He's relying on Shah. You dumb motherfucker.
He doesn't even have share.
Jesus Christ.
But trust me, because health bankrupts families, Yeah.
Dude, how many
so
WhatsApp groups have you been added to?
Dude, I remember
for people with a pay bill because someone got sick.
And you see, the thing
or
is,
died.
we as Wahindis, we never do that unless it's extreme, right? For weddings, for this, for that.
We've had this conversation. Have we had this conversation? We did.
We must have had, but it's culturally, it's not something that we do.
What?
This quota bills together and to pay. You're sort of on your fucking own. The community does help you if you can.
Can I say something?
But yeah, and you'll say to that. But what I was trying to get at, the financial stuff is, if today, God forbid, something happens to my parents, I am fucked, bro.
We pay, what I'll say it anyway. We have a family medical cover, and every time we have a new addition to the family, either a child or a spouse, they're added to it, and everyone contributes yearly based on their strength. When I was earning my 35, I'd contribute my 3, but the cover is the same. We're all covered equally. So my dad has just a system where I'm not asking if you're earning 200. I'm not asking for 150. If you're earning $1 million, everyone contributes commensurately, but everyone is equally covered.
And God bless your dad.
Because no, it's because of experience. He's seen what. He's a lawyer. He's seen friends and people having to harambe, and it's like nah. Since I have the information now, why don't? And you, because in your family, I see like you have quite a standing. You're the one who can start implementing such things, because right now people are still healthy. In another 20 years, just age, bro. Right now is the time to get such shit done.
And so that's what I was telling you, is the obsession with money has now changed. Yes, I want the Rolexes, I want the fucking Sky Dwellers, but I want the freedom to be able to take care of anything and give my family the best of whatever they need. Now,
I'm really happy to hear that.
No, but you see, the thing is, going into 2026, one of the biggest challenges is I'm faced with my mortality. I'm 34 years old. I'm going to turn 35. I had rose-colored glasses when I was 24. I thought everything was fucking possible. I didn't see any of these realities of the world hit me, which is where you guys are. Before you know it, you're 34, all right? And all the dreams and plans you had to be a multi-millionaire with businesses and this and that, you're faced with the reality is that things don't happen that quickly.
I think you're coming of age. That's all. That's mainly what's happening. You're letting go of childish ideations. I think you're also realizing that cause and effect. A lot of these outcomes will be based on the input that you put in. Now, what I'd want you to draw a line with in terms of as you come of age is to still step into the I want to achieve greater than the average. Don't ever let go of that, because that's what propels us to be great.
But it's about getting up. Like I've had, dude, at 51, how many businesses I've lost? We've talked about this before.
Yeah, we've talked about it, yeah.
How many businesses I've lost? How many businesses have gone under? How many companies I've closed? How many times I've fucking wondered how I'm going to pay rent? I wasn't left with an inherent. I mean, I know the common misconception about Indians is that we all come from rich families.
Yeah.
That's just the ones that you see driving fucking Mercedes and Lexus. But truthfully,
you have a Lexus though.
No, I have a Fortuna, which is a decent car. But the point I'm trying to make is that one thing that even my ex-girlfriend, who fucking, if she would scratch my eyes out if she saw me in person, once said that the one thing she respects about me is that I never give up.
Wow.
And she said, you keep going. And that's the key. There's nothing to say that at 35 or 34, you're not going to be a fucking millionaire in dollars. It could happen next year. It could also happen next year for me at 52. You don't know, dude. You don't know, but you're putting too much emphasis on, because I don't think you live in the moment.
Superficial things.
No, and I don't think you live in the moment.
I don't.
And I don't either. I think you're starting to live in the moment,
Mm.
which is amazing. I see
Mm.
the posts that of you and your wife now on Instagram. There's an element to you where I can see you are living in the moment, or you're beginning to live in the moment,
Yeah.
Eric. And I think that's amazing. And I'm jealous because I don't live in the moment. I live in shit. This is gonna fall apart, or shit. If I don't come back from this trip at this time, I'm gonna lose my job. I live in fear.
Slow
And
down.
I think you live in fear.
Slow down and smell the fucking roses.
Yeah, but we don't do it. And that could be similar upbringings. It could be anything. But what isn't there something so special about just taking stock? We just talked about like accomplishments for 2025, and all you did was mention things you haven't achieved.
And that's why I throw in the word gratitude.
Yeah.
You have to have gratitude because right now, for the most part, things are normal. It unfortunately in life it takes dramatic things for us to realize how ungrateful we actually are. But you don't want to get there. Just for you to live in the moment, have constant gratitude for things that you're doing well and that are going well.
Yes, but also just think about the narrative. This whole conversation. I know we're short on time, but this whole conversation started with Sajid saying, "What are the things that you've accomplished to you, and what are the things that you've accomplished to me?" And then when we asked Sajid, he mentions three things that he hasn't accomplished. That is someone who doesn't live in the moment.
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, you mentioned things that you missed the mark on.
Proverbial half empty.
Yeah. So maybe that's what you need to, like, I need to change my temper issue. You need to, what was yours again? You were going to, you stop being available all the time.
Boundaries.
Yeah, maybe for you, one of the things you need to take a hard look at is what can you be grateful for?
You're right. I think appreciation of loved ones. I think that's what I take for granted as well. From friends as well, from you guys. I think I work extra hard to get the person in my ether. And then once they're there and I know they'll stay there, is then okay, park them aside. Let me go after the next target.
Yeah, but that's someone that's not living in the now. Maybe your most grounding times of your existence are sitting in a studio doing a podcast because you're present.
Yeah.
I don't know what your relationship with your partner is like, but my question would be, are you present in your relationship? Because that's hard. Sometimes that's really fucking hard.
I think
and let me tell you, fucking partners, wives, girlfriends, man, they talk, and sometimes I'm just like in my mind, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I've heard this story 1,000 times. I don't give a fuck about your mom's this or whatever. That's normal everyday life, but can you be present in those situations? Because when you're present in the difficult situations, the rest becomes really easy.
And
I think
another selfish thing we do, because that kind of thing is guaranteed. You guys have a mutual reciprocity of love, so it's it's there. So you find you keep giving your partner the short end of
Yeah,
the stick.
you're not available.
You're giving Kibe more attention than you're giving.
Yeah, no. And
watching more Andrew Tate videos.
I think the thing is I've started becoming more conscious of that. Where I think to her, sorry, you okay? I think to her it's just more important that we spend time together. It doesn't have to be doing anything or an activity or sort of just being in the moment, present. I could be playing video games. She just wants to be there together, spending time. And what I've done is, because you guys know my work schedule, it's so fucking crazy. When I come home, I don't want to do anything or just talk to anyone or be anyone. And purposely, I ignore messages. Eric will message me, are you up at 1 in the morning? I will be up, but I'll put my phone aside because I don't want to talk to anyone. And I've sort of branched my closest friends and my loved ones in that bracket where I push them on to get my own peace. But sometimes I think when you want to get out of it, it's important to have positive energy from different people, especially the people that love you and care for you. And so just by being present with them, being next to them, it does alter your mood. And I think moving into 2026, I need to be more wary of you guys, the people in my life, my fiance, just acknowledging them and appreciating them.
But also it takes a very wealthy guy I interact with often tells me that, but I always say you have to get the wealth first to see it that way. Because they're like, man, money is not
Yeah, but it's only billionaires who say money is
But yeah,
the
but you know,
source of happiness.
what-
Fuck
what-
you,
what-
man.
have to get there.
Yeah.
But I think what I was getting to is that's never going to happen. That's
It's never gonna happen.
There's someone giving you an opportunity.
Why?
You have to take it.
You have to take it.
Yes.
The thing is, you have to build it.
But I'm saying you could
So-
build it.
So no man is an island, because biologically that's not possible. But
As-
the thing
as-
is,
as
This
wrap-
has been the
Yeah,
most
as we-
depressing.
yeah.
I want to go home.
But as we wrap up, you see, the thing is, it takes a community to build something, and the community that we've developed over here with the people that we have by extension, I think helps propel us further. So moving into 2026 is I have to appreciate the people that are close to me, and realizing that these are the propellers that will get me forward.
But also remember that along the way you will make a lot. Just going back to this, we are human beings are allowed to make mistakes. You know, there's nothing wrong with the way you think. There's nothing wrong with wanting to have a better physique, have more money, have more fame.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that, right? And if those things are meant to happen, they'll happen. But the key for you is just to try and be in the moment as much as you can, because life will pass. I spent 23 years not in absolute everything but the moment, just getting fucked up. You know, do I regret it? No, I don't. But I certainly could have been more present in a lot of areas of my life. I was very fortunate that my family and extended family agreed to give me another chance. I think similar for you as well. I didn't deserve it, dude. I didn't deserve it. Just don't let those years pass by, you know, when you look back and say, shit, I should have been more present.
Because it goes like this.
Yeah,
right?
and dude, let me tell you, the years growing up in the US, summers from school were from May to September.
Jesus Christ.
Right? That was summer break in the US, right? So you had two terms. You had September to Christmas and Christmas to May. I mean, and then January to May, right? So it was 4 months, right? So you had 3 months of
Just whatever you.
Yeah, and I remember, you know, might go on holiday or, you know, do things, but after about 5-6 weeks, you start getting bored and you want to go back to school, because your parents are also, I mean, it's not sustainable for them to fucking, you know, entertain you for 3 months, you know? And my dad used to say, I'd be like, oh my God, I'm so bored, you know, like fucking, I'm not even halfway through. And he says, just enjoy it. Because when you get older, it goes by like this. And I was like, fuck you. You don't know what you're talking about. Dude, let me tell you. If I blinked at the end of 2024, I would end up right here, right now, at the end of 2025. This year, I mean, it's been a great year,
It's gone so fast,
but it has gone by. Lots has happened. I think career-wise, I've made some really big moves. I'm even opening the center. But the point I'm trying to make is that it goes by so quick, you know? So every day should be spent enjoyed as best you can, even if it's at work, even if it's on calls that you don't want to be on, even if it's 3 flights in a day where you're tired, you know. Just think about, I think one of the best things I heard this year was, don't say I have to, say I get to. I don't have to go to work, I get to go to work.
Yeah, that's actually such a good point.
Yeah.
I get to do this.
Yeah, I don't have to go to the gym, I get to go to the
Get to go to
gym.
the gym.
I don't have to fucking do 3 flights in a day. You get to do 3 flights in a
Actually,
day.
when you alter that, is like, oh, I have to go to the gym. I get to go to the
Yeah.
gym. I get to go to work. I get to go home and sleep
Yeah.
comfortably.
Imagine being fucking can't go to the gym, dude. You know what I mean? No, but like no, but seriously, like there are people that can't go to the gym. There are people that people don't have jobs.
Gratitude, man.
Yeah, so just flip it to I get to. You know, like for instance, I have to go home to my partner, right? Imagine that fucking guy who doesn't have anyone and hasn't had anyone for a long time.
Yeah, I get
No,
I mean, there are ugly people in this world, so
in this room, I was looking at how.
Which
I'm
one?
talking about me, man. I was looking at how I was treating my wife during the relapse. You know what? The power of addiction. It's like she's interfering with my.
yeah,
And I remember growing resentful at her
yeah.
for just being.
And then you blame her.
For just being.
Yeah.
Like, because she's kind of conscious about me. Now that that fog has cleared, and I just sometimes look at her and I'm like, man,
She's been patient.
I can't believe.
Yeah, but also patience.
Your wife is a fucking trooper, bro.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I had a lot of calls with her.
Dude.
She is
seriously.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
But you're a very lucky man.
I'm not lucky for sure.
Blessed, not lucky, blessed.
Why don't you land the plane, Eric? Closing words for 2025.
I think just simply, first of all, this trio has turned out to be one of the best parts of my week. That's why I can strongly say 7:30 a.m. Like let's do it because I enjoy meeting up with you guys, man. 2025 has been phenomenal, ups, downs. I've achieved some great things financially. I got to fly my parents. That was like a
Amazing.
bucket list thing of mine. Amazing lessons learned. Yeah, so for me, I'm really grateful for the year. I feel like I have a better tool bag than I had before to get into 2026.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love that. No, I think more appreciation going into 2026. I appreciate you guys. This has definitely been, I think the trio is something we just need more consistency with, because this is great. We flow together. I mean, where would you get two Moinies and a black guy? Unless you go on Pornhub page 46. Right?
I can,
But no,
these sports sites, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but no homo. I think the biggest decisions of my life have been made this year. It's by influence and virtue of spending a lot of time with you guys. You keep me in check. I know we may have cosaned, but I think it happens when you get closer to people. Naturally, you break barriers. You try and test each other. You push each other's boundaries. So I think it's just made us all stronger and closer. So moving into 2026, fucking A, man. The sky's the limit. 100,000. We need to get to 100,000.
We will.
We will. So I love you guys. And Fareed, close us out.
I land the plane.
Yeah.
Oh God. Okay.
Not in a fucking building.
No. All right. Well, this has been the trio, the last one of the year.
Yeah.
When do we meet again in 2026?
First week.
You're coming back when?
8th.
As soon as you're back.
As soon
Okay.
as you're back.
I will say this has been my therapy more than anything else. Because I can come in here in a shitty mood like today. Fucked up my neck. Couldn't find the right building. And it ends up being like this. So yeah, thank you guys.